Chantel. How are you?
Hey, happy Friday.
Awesome. Yes, welcome everyone to Entrepreneurial Life with Chantel and Empress Lanice.
Hey, guys.
Today is Friday, March 19th, and I am super excited about today. And Chantel, how are you doing today? I know it's like the end of the week, work week. So
I
what's
am
going
doing,
on?
oh, it's not in, I didn't come in. I am doing great. I did have a long week and it's still not over. Just been planning all my new collections and my new pieces and new stuff for the boutique and switching platforms and doing all of that stuff while still taking on new clients. But I cannot complain because, business is still going and, clients are still checking for me to get custom made. So, I cannot complain at all. So my week was good on a business tip, on a family tip, on a personal tip. It was a good week for me. How about you?
Awesome. Um, for me, I would say it was the same thing. It was very productive. I had a lot of like special events that was happening this week with some of my clients, and most definitely a lot of business is coming in right now. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, thank you, God, number one. And number two
Yes.
is like God lets continue to supply the team, the business, because it's most definitely interesting to see that we're able to thrive still during a pandemic. Like we're in year two now; it's officially year
Mm-hmm.
two,
Yep.
and just to see that as business women, business owners, that we're able to still, make things happen, still move and thrive, and even build our teams. Because both me and you, we actually had hired some team members. We got some VAs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like 2020, 2021 is amazing outside of what is going on with the world. um, so I'm just I'm feeling good. It was most definitely productive week, and like you said, it's still not done for me. I got a busy weekend, so I'm excited. I'm just truly thankful that I'm able to still keep working.
I hear that for sure. For sure.
Yes, so
Uh,
Chantel, tell us about our guest for today. We're gonna go straight into it. So tell
so,
us about her.
just to refresh everyone, we are celebrating Women's History Month, and the way that we decided to celebrate it was by celebrating some of the awesome entrepreneur women that we know. And today we have on our special guest, Gia Mac. Um, she is a author. She is a business owner. Um, Fashion show producer. She produces events. She does it all. She does a lot. But she does a lot of great things. And I just felt that it was befitting to have her on here to talk with us and to talk to you guys about some of the things that she does as an entrepreneur.
Awesome. So we are so excited to
Yes,
bring
yes.
on Gia Mac. Hi, Gia.
How are you?
I'm amazing. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic. No complaints. Favored and just grateful to be here, honestly.
Awesome. And
Uh,
how was your week?
My week was action packed. My week was action packed. It was super awesome. So many new things that are happening. I am just excited for the future and just being in the present moment. The present moment has been nothing short of amazing. So I'm grateful.
Awesome. And
awesome.
like, I love that you said that, being in the present moment. So, how important is that as an entrepreneur for us all to be in the present moment?
It's extremely important because, we want to think about the past, so we want to project to the future, and then doing those two things, it doesn't allow you to be here right now. And when you
Mm-hmm.
can here and right now, it changes the scape of how you look at things. So being in this present moment, being with you two beautiful ladies, right now. I'm just like so excited. And, recognizing what is really going on, it's super dope. Super, super dope. And I love those things.
Awesome. So just tell everyone a little bit about what you do, how long you've been doing it. Just give us the tea, because you have a whole list of things behind your name.
Okay, so I am a fashion show coordinator and producer. I've been doing that for 16 years. I have done 49 shows in my career, multiple colleges. Thank you. Multiple colleges in different places all over the tri-state area. I am a life coach and a business consultant. I am the CEO of Infinite Seven LLC. I'm also co-owner of On the Run Eat, something that we do a little bit on the side. And I just enjoy what I do because it allows me to connect to people, help people, and put people in positions to elevate themselves, whether they're a designer, makeup artist, model, whatever it is. That's what I do. My friends like to call me the plug. So that's what I am.
Awesome.
That's super dope. Everybody needs a plug in their life. Just saying.
I'm
Um, just to go back to, back on your list of all the amazing things that you're doing as an entrepreneur, um, how did you start out with coordinating fashion shows? Like, what did that look like? Like, what was that beginning like?
funny story. So I did a show in college. Like I just like, oh, let me model. And I did. It was great. Came back the next semester. I said, I'm gonna do it again. So there was a show that was happening and I tried out for the show. And whatever it was about me, the people who were organizing the show, they said, can you teach the girls how to walk? You got like a sassy attitude. I'm like, I guess. Okay. So I did it. And unfortunately, that show didn't happen, but somebody was watching me while I was
Mm,
doing it. So when their show came up, they said, can you be the coordinator to the show? And I'm like, okay. Mind you, I had no idea what I was doing. Zero. I'm not going to turn down the opportunity because it may turn into something.
mm-hmm.
And from when I was younger, people always say, you always were trying to coordinate something. You did a dance, a play, anything. You just wanted to put it together and put everybody together and make them do something. Kind of was like, it made sense. So I'm like, I've never been in this field before, but I'm going to do it. And it was amazing. Like, it was so incredible. But I'll be honest, my first show was so long. It was 4 hours. I'm like,
Wow.
now that I look back, because 16 years experience, I'm just like, girl, what was you doing? But when you start something, you don't know what you're doing. So that's what it
Right.
was.
You're figuring it out as you go.
Figuring it out. But I realized how much fun I had. I realized how important it was to pour into my models and teach them not only how to walk, but to stand tall in themselves and teach them
Mm-hmm.
confidence and let them know that you are more than what you think. And with that, it led to a whole bunch of other things. And I really
Right.
recognized what my passion was. My passion is to help others and to create. In a fashion show, I can do both. I can do both.
Mm-hmm.
And having the models come to me with their different problems from different facets of life, I was able to help them because I was able to give them sound advice. And it was like I wasn't just molding a model, I was molding a person. It wasn't just for the
Right.
runway. It was for life because I've seen models become actors. I've seen models become, designers. I've seen models become business owners. And I'm just like, okay, friends, let's go. So I recognize that it was deeper than just being a model. So the more that it happened, the more I honed my skills, the shorter my shows became because I started at 4 hours, but a fashion show is 60 minutes at max if it's up to me. And it was just being able to take my life experiences and pour them into other
Mm-hmm.
people. growing up, I was like, well, why am I going through this? Or why is this happening? But I recognized as I got older, because when you're in the middle of it, you don't understand why it's going on. But when I got
Right.
older, dealing with the different models, it was like, wow, I can give you sound advice. I can teach you what to do. I can show you how to avoid the pitfalls of whatever this situation is, because I've been there and I've done that. So I'm just like, all right, God, I see you. I don't really understand all of it, but I see you. And that's where I was with it. And it really
Mm-hmm.
put face like, oh, you're a leader. Like, you're really a leader, and you have to not show up just as a leader, but as a confidant, as a mentor. I became a mentor at 19 years old. What do we know at 19? What do we know at 19?
Right.
Are my shows. And that's when I started recognizing, like, oh, different people have different problems, but I'm able to snap in and tap into them. Like, no, 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 we're not going to do this because I don't want you to go this way. You know what I'm saying? And once I started to really evolve and understand that, it just started to grow and go up and go up and go up.
Wow, that is so amazing. And that kind of reminds me of similar to my own story too, as far as I did my first show in 2013. And a part of me, did we get some models from you?
Possibly. It's
Because
a
now,
strong.
because I'm thinking about it, that I keep seeing your name, and I'm like, I think you probably recommended a few models to us. And it was my first one in not 2013, it was 2014. It was a music and fashion concert at Roulette Theater. And that was my first big show like that. I've done smaller events, but nothing like that.
Mhm.
And my event was most definitely 3 to 4 hours. Um, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I just knew I wanted to make it happen. And like you said, like I just knew how to organize. Like, so I had to schedule the time, what was going to go up, who was going to go up, and all of that stuff. But as you progress over the years, you start seeing what works and what doesn't work. And it's amazing to see how you can start from nothing, as far as nothing, as far as not even really being trained in that industry, right? It's just someone said, hey, you can do this. Because that's what happened to me. I One of my friends, he was like, oh, I want to be an artist, can you manage me? And that's how that all started, how the L spot started and everything. So it's amazing to see when we are able to create. And I think that's the most important thing, where even though we may not know what it is or how it's supposed to be,
Mhm.
it's the fact that we made the effort to actually just do it. And we'll learn throughout the way. So I want to congratulate
Mm-hmm.
you for starting, and look at all the amazing things you're doing. So I wanted to ask you, what made you want to start all these different businesses?
Well, when I started my business, the first business I ever started was my talent agency. It was G7 Agency. So that's possibly how you got your models for your G7.
Yes,
And
yes.
it was recognizing, like, I the thing for me, what I recognized was my gift, was being able to tap into other people. Like, you got something in you, and even though you can't see it, I do. And because I can see it, I'm just like, I'm gonna pull it out of you. We're gonna do it. And they're like, no, I don't think I. No, you can. You got it. Let's go. And that's how it started. And just to see how G7 exploded on the scene, people knew who we were. When G7 showed up, they knew exactly who we were. And I'm just like, all right now. Like, I would have friends that would go to different fashion shows, and I wasn't a part of the show per se, but my models were, and they were like, oh no, that's G. She did that. Like, that's her. And so hearing that, I'm like, okay, so I got a style, my folks out there. It was really important for me to make sure that we represented each other well, because anybody can be a part of anything. But it was the way
Right.
we did it is why people knew who G7 was. And that's when I started my first business. And from there, I was like, well, I'm going to level up. and just, start doing other things. And then I became a business consultant because I learned how to do it on my own. It wasn't like somebody handed it to me and I was just like, all right, well, I can do it. And then my friends would be like, yeah, so I'm having this idea. Oh, really? What's your idea? And they would tell me, and I'm going to buy your domain name. Now you gotta, now you could build a website if that's what you want to do. And it was just like a push. It was a push for them to do something because I learned that on my own doing what I had to do. And from there, that's when I started being a business consultant. And also recognizing how I was able to, effectively impact people positively. That's when I became a life coach. Because again, I've been a mentor since I was 19 years old. I didn't know anything at 19. Now I'm older. I'm grown now. So being able to take those occurrences and be like, no, you don't want to do that. It all shifted. So then I started Infinite Seven LLC. That's my company now. And that's the life coaching and the business consulting. And I honestly believe that they're intertwined because
Mm-hmm.
if you
Oh
want
yeah.
to be a good business person, you gotta be a good person, you know? And in our community, the mental health and emotional health, it's like it's not talked about because it's like frowned upon. But look, you jacked up. You need to get it together. You can be greater than what you're looking like, but you need to tap into that. And I just want to tap into that because I see people and I see them for who they are. And I'm just like, don't let somebody else's opinion of you stop you from growing into who you're supposed to be. But in the same space, understand that you aren't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Having that conversation, it's a very raw conversation, but having that conversation to recognize that you are not perfection. And I always tell everybody that if you are close to perfection, you are close to death. I don't want to be close to death. I want to continually grow. I want to continually learn. I want to continually be better. So when you tell people that and you let them know that it's okay to have to be worked on, then they respect things in a different way. And then it's just like, you know what? Maybe I am like this, or maybe I'm not like that. And telling them that look at yourself. You everything. But tweak this, tweak that, fix this, fix that. And you're gonna be even better. That's what really led me into that space. Because I honestly feel that I know what it's like to not be supported. I know what it's like to, have people in your ear and they're like, why are you doing that? What are you doing that for? I know what that feels like. And it doesn't feel good. So if I can be that voice of reason, that's what I'm going to be. So that's why I transitioned into life coaching and business consulting. Because again, they're married. Even though people want to separate it, they're married. They're really married.
Absolutely. So what are your thoughts on why people don't want to talk about mental health? Because especially right now, that is a very important topic. But why do you think before the pandemic, before, um, all the different things that we've been experiencing, especially with Black lives, being killed, um, what do you think was stopping us to actually go get that support and help?
The taboo. If you go to your family member, especially specifically in the Black community, I cannot speak on any other communities, but I will speak on the Black. If you tell a mother, a father, a grandparent, aunt, uncle, a sister, brother, whoever, oh, I'm depressed. You'll be all right. Go take a nap. Go take a
Go
nap.
pray about it.
You know what I'm saying? Go pray about it. That's the big one.
Yep.
Go pray. You'll be fine. No, I need to face. And the thing about the pandemic, it it forced people to face themselves because
Mm-hmm.
all you had to do was
Absolutely.
go through social media. A week after everything got shut down, you could see all the posts on the stories or the posts just in general, Facebook, wherever. Oh my goodness, I've been in the house for a week. I can't take it. You want to know why you can't take it? Because you don't love who you are. or your home is and you do everything you can to detract from what you're really feeling. So you hide things and you cover them with going out. Oh, I'm gonna go out with my friends. I'm gonna drink every day. I'm gonna do this. And don't get me wrong, like I don't have any problem with anybody that drinks and enjoys what they do. But when you cover things with going out, when you're forced to stay in your house, now you got to recognize yourself for yourself. And a lot of people do that. So the reason why it stopped is because now they had to sit in those four walls alone. They had
Right.
to sit in the four walls alone and really look at themselves like, "Ooh, I don't like this. I'm running." That's what it is. They were running every day, every day. You gotta go out to eat every day, every day. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
But you got to see some. Me personally, I loved quarantine. Loved it. So, but people are like, I was so bored. I'm like, how? This is great. I don't
That's
have
what
to
I
go
was saying.
outside.
Yes, it sat me down.
But the other thing was, is like it gave you a moment to chill.
Mhm.
Me, for me, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, constantly on the go, on the go, on the go, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. I don't have to go outside. God, I just want to thank you because this is great. Think about it. Driving traffic. Me and Chantel,
Right.
we did a
I
show in
yeah.
and it wasn't like the beginning of Brooklyn. We are talking past the Barclays in Brooklyn, and we talking about 3 to 5 o'clock traffic in Brooklyn. That was different. You understand what I'm saying? I don't gotta go outside. God, thank you. I'm gonna take this nap because you told me to take this nap. Thanks. And that's how I felt. But again,
Right.
that's being okay with myself. That's
Right.
work because people got to do the work. You got to do the work to feel okay, to be comfortable, to be in your house. When you don't do the work, you're just like,
Oh yeah.
what? Why am I here? So that's why
Right.
people have, reacted the way that they reacted. I never was bored, ever. I
Right.
enjoy. I'm kind of like, I'm kind of upset now. Like the people are people, and can y'all go outside? I
The
gotta
people
go.
are people like I can most definitely relate though. I can most definitely relate because before quarantine happened, I was working too many jobs for no reason.
Okay.
And it just really allowed me to like sit down and just really like look at how I was doing life and to really just, you know, reconfigure like everything in my life. And some amazing things came out of that, even opening up a boutique. Finally, after saying I was going to do it, do it, do it, it's online, that I finally did it during quarantine. And I'm grateful for it. But I get the whole peopling thing too because I liked going outside. It wasn't nobody outside really. And, once it started getting a little crowded again, I was just like, man, I kind of miss when the streets is a bit empty. Like y'all
Oh,
need to
Yeah. For me, I most definitely was able to rest because, like you said, Gia, like I was driving everywhere. I was bouncing around from one place to the other all night, all day, barely really home. And the pandemic most definitely sat me down. So I most definitely got a lot of rest. And then
Mhm.
after that, that's when I was like, okay, what's next? What am I going to do now to keep myself, productive? So I started picking up old things that I had put down. Um, and then when I started doing that, my business started growing because now people are looking for someone that's in technology, looking for someone that can help with their online business. So with the services that I provide with public relations and website building and social media, people were just coming to me, and I was like, oh, this is different because it's like more than I've ever had before. That for last year was my best year, and it's actually still continuing throughout this year. That's why I said earlier, like, I'm so thankful that during this pandemic we're able to thrive in this time, because not a lot of people are able to do that. And but I mostly am thankful for it. I look at the life I had before then, and I'm like, you know, this is it right now, because that life that I had before wasn't it, because I was actually able to move. I was actually able to do like a whole lot of things, pay off a lot of debt. Um, and it was moving slow before the pandemic. So I think everyone had a whole different experience with that. But as far as with mental health, it most definitely had me more aware, because I've always been on the go. So a lot of times I don't check in with myself, and this past year it allowed me to check in with myself. Um, get more spiritually connected with God. Thank God for my church that allows me to do that and show me how to do that. And just getting connected with self, of really understanding what my goals are, what is it that I want to do, being able to rest. So I'm hoping that for those that had that opportunity, they can, like, reboot and be as productive as we've been within the past year. But it's most definitely important. And I can see how a lot of business coaches, a lot of mental wellness coaches or therapists are really thriving in this time, because some of my clients, they actually shut down or quit their jobs and opened up their own practice, because that's how, like, busy the business is going, because so many people are really now getting present to themselves.
Yep, absolutely. So, just staying in like the lines of the pandemic, was there anything that you created or anything that you started during the pandemic?
That's good.
I know for me, I pivoted. I feel like everybody kind of pivoted in some type of way, and I pivoted into providing masks, and that was something that really allowed me to grow my business because I wasn't so stuck on seeing my private clients and styling my private clients, but now providing masks, and then I've been able to provide them for medical offices, restaurants, so many different people. So that was my thing that I kind of pivoted to and got, you know, started during the pandemic. Is there anything that you had to pivot into or anything that you started while we were quarantining?
Well, I actually did start a whole new business during quarantine.
Nice.
It's on the run eats, and I started cooking. I cook for myself. I have like
I saw your
a
video. It looks good. I'm gonna have to come
uh
get me a fish plate.
no, I've always had like a special diet because I don't eat beef, I don't eat pork, and I eat a very specific way. But it happened, the catalyst started on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, my dad and my dad is from New Orleans. So, anybody from New Orleans that could cook. Right now, they be getting
Yes.
busy.
With that
Um,
crawfish.
uh, we decided, like, okay, we're gonna cook my mom this super seafood dinner, like meat, lobster tails, salmon, shrimp, just everything. And we made it for me because seafood is my specialty. I was able to teach my dad. Like my dad taught me how to cook,
Hmm.
and I'll never forget the lessons of learning how to season food. And how I learned how to season food, besides seeing him do what he does, is through smell. When all of the seasonings met at a certain space, they smelled a certain way. And when they smelled that certain way, you knew that the food was ready to be cooked.
I cook
And
the same way.
okay,
I thought I was alone.
smell right. I
Good
can't
to
tell
know
you,
I'm not.
you know. So, when I told people that, they're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's the smell. That's how I learned how to season my food and how to cook." But he's, the real southern food. I'm the seafood queen. Like, hold on, Dad. I done learned a couple of things. Let me teach you. So being able to teach him during
Hmm.
Mother's Day, it was a super dope experience. It was like, wow, I'm teaching the chef because you be cooking. I be playing. And when my mother ate it, she was like, "This is amazing." I was like, "Word? For real?" She was like, "You need to think about doing this." I'm like, "What? No. Mm-mm. What I'm not gonna do is cook. Mm-mm. I like to feed y'all. I want y'all to feel good, but this whole cleaning part after this cooking, yeah, I'm not gonna do." So that happened, and then my brother's death anniversary came. And this particular, it was so crazy how it happened. This day, 3 different people hit me up about cooking. And I'm just like, God, is that you? Because this seemed a little, it's just a lot. It's like 3 different people from 3 different, areas of the world. And I'm just like, talking about cooking. I'm like, one wanted me to do a food truck. The other one wanted me to do a food truck. And then my mother was like, you need to start doing this. And I was like, all right, God, I'm hard-headed, so I need like mad information to come out so I could get the
Aren't we all sometimes?
right so I could understand, because I'm hard-headed. I was like, all right, we gonna do it. And I was like, I said we gonna do it, but I was like, I don't know. But I was like, this gotta be my brother. Like, I felt like it was my brother. I felt like it was God, and I felt like it was my brother. For it to happen on that specific day, I was just like, if it would have happened any other day, I probably wouldn't have paid it any attention. But it was that specific. And I was just like, all right, I heard you. So I decided we was gonna do it. My partner and I, we were naming the business for like 2 hours straight, because every single name we came up with was taken. And I'm talking about $100,000 for the domain name alone. And I'm like, right. And my friends, I'm the domain name queen. Oh, you got an idea? Domain.
Right.
I ended up, if I got an idea and I never used it, domain. But it was just like everything we kept finding, it was just like taking, or 100,000. I'm like, so you couldn't have been like $3 like the rest of them? You just had to be $100,000. So then we found one, and I was like, oh. So we came up with On the Run Eats. And once I bought it, I created the logo, and then it was like, all right, we're gonna create the menu. I'm gonna do what I know. I'm gonna do what I know, because seafood is my thing. Child. It was a hit. I was like, for real? Me?
Yes. So all of that.
And it was just like, hit the ground running. And that's what it was. And we birthed On the Run Eats. And I was just like, whoa. So I'm always like, I'm looking forward to feeding y'all. Because I like feeding people. I do like feeding people. But like, because I love the food. I love on the food. Like I said, it's like a love-hate relationship, because then you got to clean. And I'm just like, yeah, no.
Right.
I'm a hate on, because I don't want to do this. So that's how that happened.
So tell me, like, the process. Like, how can someone order? What is there a limit? Like, because I want to know so that I can place my order.
So we have specific days. So the menu will go out. We'll send in DMs. We'll send in text messages, but we'll put it up on the page, because our Instagram page is On the Run Eats NY. And once the menu goes up, people can order, and it's pre-order only, and it's first come, first serve. And I will say one of our most popular items are our empanadas. People,
empanadas are good.
when I say, like, I be having it. Okay.
Wait, it's seafood empanadas?
Empanadas.
It has seafood inside of it?
So what?
I do shrimp empanadas. I do. My best seller is buffalo girl. Ooh, barbecue jerk turkey. That's
that sounds so good.
Wow.
We did buffalo chicken empanadas for Super Bowl. Child, let me tell you something. This is so good. And it'd be me, because I love avocados. I chop up an avocado
Mm.
and I put it
So
in the
good.
empanada. Let me tell you something. So good. So good.
It
But
sounds like it.
yeah, we do specialty empanadas. And, you know, I stopped cooking for a while. And I would get text messages like, so are you going to do any empanada? No, stop texting me. Because it was my friend. It was my friends like, so you're going to, no. They're like, I'll pay you. No, I'm not. So then we finally just recently relaunched. And it's just like, so when's the empanadas coming out? Leave me alone. Because what people don't recognize is that empanadas are a lot of work. A lot of work. But I just love, you know, how they feel when they have it. Because I know when I be eating that, I'm like, oh, girl, you could cook a little bit. You up right now, friend.
Yes, that is amazing. So, you're going to have to do On the Run Eats New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey now.
Hey, all
So,
right now.
expand it.
Let's go.
Yes. So, okay. So, you got food, you got fashion. What's and business coaching, life coaching. What's next? What else is on Gia's plate?
Well, this interview happened to be at the most amazing time because this
Sis.
this week has
Yeah.
been powerful. Okay, powerful. I actually my a new partnership, a new partnership. There is this company called Urban Business Directory that is located in Atlanta, Georgia,
Mhm.
and we have officially partnered up. I am the official business consultant for Urban Business Directory, and
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
we
Yes.
we had our press release yesterday, so it's the articles on the net, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. So that happened, and that's not even like the bigger part of what's happening. What else has happened? We have launched an HBCU scholarship. So it's
Yes.
Wow.
my Infinite Seven, it's Urban Business Directory, it's Blue Dream Media, and it's Vegan Chef Ash. And we have all partnered up to launch the HBCU scholarship that is called Step Into Greatness. We are picking two recipients, $2,000 apiece, to award them this scholarship. And you can find it on my page. You can tap into my Instagram. There's a link in my bio where they can actually go directly to my website and apply. So whether it's a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, or a senior, you can apply. There's no GPA minimum. There's no fee. But we want to know how you've been able to affect your community positively. So applications are
That's
open.
so awesome.
They close on May 31st, and we will award the winners on July 7th.
Awesome. That is amazing and congratulations. And how important is it to be active in a community like that? Especially that's something that you're requiring for the students of how they can impact the community. How important is to be able to do that?
For me, it's everything. You know, you look at certain business owners and it's a dollar. For me, I want to change people's lives. And how do you change people's lives? You pour into them. And there are times where people can't afford your services. So back in December, I don't know if you guys know the real Weepy Judy, you know, Kaleidoscope
Yeah.
products. So
Um,
she made a post and somebody like offered her services. So I commented on that post and I said, I'm going to offer 3 free life coaching. Well, she reposted the comment and I got 40 people in my inbox. And
Wow.
I'm gonna do 3 for her. But you know what? I started reading the comments and I recognized that people really needed the service. So I just said, you know what? I'm gonna plant my seed. I'm going to plant my
Mhm.
seeds. I'm going to give them all a free service. If they will get through the application process and then they will then, schedule their appointment, I'm going to see them through. And that's exactly what I did. And
Wow.
Amazing.
that was me giving back because I knew that, people can't afford certain things. And it wasn't like it was an astronomical reach, but I'm not in their pockets, I'm not in their homes, I'm not in their financial life. But they're telling me that they need me. Who am I to say?
Mhm.
Who am I to say no? And I'm just like, you know what? God, you led them to me, so I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna do the work, and I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna show up for them. And even if we only see each other one time, I know that whatever it is that I gave to them, they'll be able to take it and go far with it. So that's what I did. And I recognize how many people need that love. They need to be heard. They need to be listened to, and they
Mm-hmm.
need sound advice. Because I mean, all of us know we have a group of friends. Some friends you tell certain things to, other friends you tell other things to. Certain friends it's just like, I'm a friendly with you. That's the end of that conversation. So I wanted to be that person that they could just go to. So that's how that happened. It just started to balloon. And I've always been a person of sow into others, and do it without expectation. Because
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
I genuinely want to help other people. I genuinely give from my heart. We know that there are people that are not like that, but I am like that. So I'm gonna do what I'm
Mhm.
to do because I'm called to do that.
Amazing.
That's so dope. I just really love how you use your gifts and your platform to pour into and to build others up. Like it's so important to understand that these gifts that we're given are not just for us. They're meant to
Mm-hmm.
be shared, and we're meant to, you know, give it to others and inspire others. And I love that. And I love that you're a yes as well, because a lot of these businesses that you started, you were a yes to. And that's so important to, just remain open to the possibilities of what's going to lead you to those things that you want and those goals that you're going to accomplish. And sometimes we miss that when we're closed in and we're like, no, I'm going to just keep doing it this way, or I'm just going to keep following this path. So I just really love how you know, you're a yes to just about everything, and you figure out how to align it with what you want to do and with your purpose, and also how to align it with how you deal with others and pour into others. Like that's so important with in any industry that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
But I do, with that being said, I do want to, I recently actually found out that you have a book. Yes, I was Googling. I was stalking. Yes, I recently found out that you have a book called Your Authentic Glow. And tell us about the book. I would just love to hear about the book. Like, how did the idea of actually starting a book, came to you? And you know, tell us about it.
Well, how it started, I'll be honest. I have a friend. His name is Wes, and him and I we're super super close. And we were just talking, and Clubhouse. I don't know if y'all know about Clubhouse, but Clubhouse has
Yeah.
been nothing short of amazing. Okay, if you use it correctly, it'll change the trajectory of your life, like literally. And the reason why I say that, who I partnered with, Lauren Lacey, that's who's the owner, the owner and founder of Urban Business Directory. I met her on Clubhouse.
Wow.
Okay. I met her on Clubhouse, and it was showing up as my authentic self is how I was able to align with other people, because it wasn't just her. There's a couple of other people that are in our group that we connected with. And it's just like, yeah, Michelle, when I first started Clubhouse, I was like, what is this? What is this app? And I opened it. I was like, yeah, no. And then I came back to it, and then I spoke, and I was like, well, it's okay. And then I spoke again. And then I spoke again. And then I kept speaking. And I was like, oh, people is listening. Okay, let's see. And then I got a part of this club on Clubhouse called the Hustle Club. And Mr. Ream Team is the visionary behind Hustle Club. And I'll never forget it. It was this one day I was in a room in his club, and I got on his text message thread. And he was like, I'm looking forward to when you start your own room in the Hustle Club. I'm like, say less. He from Brooklyn. So, he understand when I say, okay, from New York, okay?
When you say somebody from Brooklyn, all the people that Brooklyn, it's just
all day, every day.
And so I was like, okay. So Wes and I, we were already connected because we've been friends for a long time. And we were doing rooms, but it wasn't like consistent. And I was like, okay, so we're gonna do this room, but we're gonna do this room in another space. We're gonna do it in the Hustle Club. Child, we opened this room, right? The room was 7 hours long.
Wow. Telling me.
7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Okay.
Wow.
2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, y'all, I'm tired. We gonna close up. I gotta go to bed. But it was my first room ever on a larger platform. And it was over 200 people in the room.
Wow.
After that room, I got 40 DMs. I'm like, y'all gonna have to wait till I respond because I'm not about to respond to all of these DMs. I'm gonna take my time because y'all not gonna stress me out about these DMs. But I recognize the people that were on that stage at that moment were so valuable to the people that were in the audience that we did not close the room. Now we've grown now. We don't hold marathon rooms. We hold like a 45-minute hour room, hour and a half at max if we push it. But when we first started, we was like, okay, friends, we got this. And that's how it started. So Wes and I, we just started talking. And we just back and forth every day, all day, on FaceTime, on text message. Like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? What's the next room? What's the next room? What's the next room? And we started to recognize that the same people started to show up for us. So Lauren Lacey, she showed up. Tara Farley, she showed up. Mello Will, he showed up. Autumn Johnson, she showed up. Wes's girl, Ashley, Vegan Chef Ash, she showed up. Tish Ferguson, she showed up. And we just kept showing up together. I'm like, I mean, I want to say it, but we're kind of like a clique or whatever. Like, and every opened up a room, we all showed up because of the chemistry that we had. I always tell people your vibe attracts your tribe. So your vibe attracts your tribe. You're going to bring the people in that you need. And when I recognized what was going on, I was like, I didn't even know you existed, but I realized that I need you. And that's like, whoa. And I'm talking about people all over the United States. We're not, first of all, we're not even all in New York, Maryland, Tallahassee. We're everywhere. We wouldn't have known each other on Instagram because I'm gonna tell you right now, because Wes is my strategist. He's my digital strategist, and he hates the fact that I don't post because I don't like posting. I hate it. So you're not gonna find me because I'm posting on Instagram. So Clubhouse created a space for us to all get in with each other, but not only that, to feed off of each other's energies. Because I know both of you have had to be in Clubhouse. I know you guys have been in Clubhouse. Yeah. When the moderator sucks, they suck. When the co-moderators suck, they suck. But my squad, we are cohesive. We are a unit.
Yes.
Oh, we lit. So we moved from Clubhouse to text messaging, to FaceTiming, to Zooming. And now look at us. Like, we are in it. Like, we are in it to win it. And I am so grateful for being exactly who I am. Because on Clubhouse, people are going to be able to see through who you are, because you're a picture and a voice and word.
Mm-hmm.
You can't doctor up the post. You can't put it in Canva or put it in
Nope.
Photoshop or put it in Word post. You can't do that. You cannot edit what you're saying. Whatever it is that you're saying it live in that very, very moment. So that's how
Right.
I connected on a higher level. Like, it was divine alignment to put us together in the same space and actually connect. Because the one thing about me, I'm about energy. And if your energy is off,
Oh
I
yeah.
can't. I cannot. And,
Yes.
and I can't hide it. One thing about me is I'm not phony. Like, I cannot hide the fact that, and I don't even want to say this, but I'm gonna say it because it's me being authentic. I can't hide the fact that I don't like you. Your energy,
That's real. I mean,
I can't with this energy. Like, you don't feel good, and I may not know the reason immediately, but sometime
Mhm.
down the line, it's gonna reveal itself. Like, yeah, see about that. That's why. But
Yeah.
I listen to myself. I listen to myself, and showing up as my authentic self is what brought these people to me. So, talking to Wes, we toyed around with the idea of writing a book. Like, yo, maybe we should, or maybe we shouldn't, or maybe we should. And then we were just like, okay, we're gonna do it. And then we did it. And in the month of February, the month of love, we launched. So on February 14th, Valentine's Day, at 11:11 a.m., I launched
Ooh.
Your Authentic Glow. And what it was to help people tap in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went through this whole year of a pandemic, and people are recognizing different things about themselves, and they may not even understand what's really going on. So the purpose of Your Authentic Glow was to help you understand, or like, if you're reacting to something in a specific way, why are you reacting to it in this way?
hmm
Don't know what you don't know what you don't know. And until you have the right conversation with the right person, you're never going to know. So
Right.
even if you don't directly book a session with me, this book is going to help you recognize the things that you need to dismantle. Because if you go into a situation and you're like, I have 100 problems, most people aren't introspective enough to understand that you probably only have 3 problems. But because you have not addressed these 3 problems, you're compounding this situation, and these problems are resurfacing in your life, and they're
Mhm.
showing up as A through Z instead of just 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So the purpose of the book was to tap in, recognize what you're doing, what you're not doing, what you need to fix, so that now you can show up in your authentic glow. And the thing about the glow part is, I'm the universal glow dealer. Okay. I give people that push to get into their glow, because that's you. We
Mhm.
have outside factors, whether it's society, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's scrolling on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. Oh, I'm supposed to be like this. No, you're supposed to be like you. When you're supposed to be like you and you tap into being
Yeah.
like, how you shine is going to be different from anybody else. And when you get there, nobody can shake that. But
Right.
it's a matter of tapping in. And nobody wants to do the shadow work of tapping in, because the shadow work is ugly. You understand?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's ugly because people say, oh, you can't do this or you shouldn't do that. Me living the life that you expect me to live, it's not being true to how I'm supposed to live. How I feel in my heart, how I feel for myself, it's not how you envision it. And when people start to
mhm.
recognize that you cannot live in the shadow of somebody else's thoughts for you,
Right. I
you
think it's
you appear.
important. Yeah, I think it's important that you have a community that gives you that space for you to be your authentic self. That's something that I've learned over the past couple of years of where, especially as me being a publicist, I feel like I have to be a certain way or talk a certain way. And once I started to become myself, that's when everything came together. And I wanted to mention that I love that you dropped it at 11:11. So 11 is a master number. And
I caught
when
Prince for that.
you said that, what I saw for you is that you are at the level of mastery right now. And with all that you're doing today, to continue to move forth on that pathway, and that to don't worry about what anybody else has to say, just keep moving forward. You got this, because every idea that you put on paper that comes out your mouth is going to prosper. So that just came through me, and I just wanted to make sure I say that to you, that just continue to grow and prosper, because everything that you touch will turn to gold.
Absolutely.
My whole heart. Thank you so much. That means everything to me, because only certain people understand 1111. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Mhm.
another level of understanding. That's the sage, the chakras, the healings. That's all of that, and you can't have that
Yep.
conversation with everybody. And
Mhm.
the fact that you know that and you understand that, that means everything to me. So I receive your affirmations, and I thank you for that, because that's another thing. We have to speak life over those that we know. We have to speak life over those that we love. And even if they don't understand the context of the conversation, we still have to do it. And the one thing that I'm super, super grateful for is the people that surround me, because they understand that. You know, I am a giver of light. That's why I say I'm the universal glow dealer. This is what I want to do. Just because somebody said that you're going to be this or you shouldn't be that, doesn't mean that's what you are. That's their opinion. You can be
Mhm.
the best light
Absolutely.
in the universe, but you got to tap into you in order to project that. And once you project that, baby, it's there's no stopping. There's no stopping it. So I'm just grateful, and I'm gonna say it here because I know they watching. Squad, I love y'all. I love y'all down. You hear me? And not just my business squad, but my personal squad, my parents, my siblings, my support system. I love them because they understand how important it is to pour into, to lift up, and to champion. Because when you're not supported, you second guess yourself. You're like,
Oh yeah.
well, should I do this? Is this
Mhm.
the right thing? And my dad, no lie, my dad called me today. He was like, when I see you on the billboard, I'm gonna tell everybody that's my daughter now. And I'm just like, Dad, thank you. And he's
Proud
like,
dad. Oh my God.
so proud of you. And the one thing about you, you never stopped. Like, no matter what anybody said, you never stopped going on the path that you decided that you were going to go on. You kept going. People were dropping off. They said, don't do it. And you still did it. I'm so proud of you. I'm like, Dad, thank you. Because I'm about to cry, but I got to drive, so I'm not. But it was amazing to me to hear him say that. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. And I want to continue to affect positive change in the lives of many people. Because for me, I want to change one life every day. And I feel like being on Clubhouse and showing up, I change at least one life every day. I'm probably
Mhm.
minimizing it, but I know one person a day is being changed by my words. And I'm grateful to God that He gave me the voice, that He gave me the articulation and the way to put it out there so that people can hear it and ingest it.
Amazing. That is so powerful, and I just want to congratulate you again with your book and just the success over Clubhouse. Clubhouse is most definitely an interesting space.
Very
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not on it often. Only reason why, because sometimes I'm just trying to go in to listen, and then I get called to be on the stage, and I'm like,
child,
God, like so I
child.
can go on when I'm intentional. To be intentional when I go on there, but that's amazing of how you're able to impact so many people's lives using social media at that, and the social media that works best for you. I think that we don't often think as businesses of what's the best platform for us, and I'm learning that with me doing social media management, because that was birthed during the pandemic. I really did not like managing other people's social media. I'll do mine, throw up my posts, like my photos and stuff like that, you know, say a little comment or something. But people started to come to me to manage their social media, and I started to understand the complexity of that, of even just growing engagement and what type of content. And I'm happy that something came out for you that works for you.
Thank you.
So you're able to reach and connect with so many people. And Clubhouse is so dope because you can meet people all over the world, or I believe it's only in the U.S., right? I don't think it's
Oh,
global yet. It's
it's
global.
girl. We be having people from Moscow, India. Just
Oh,
when
you
I
know what?
say
You're right. Yes, you're
every,
right.
Mhm.
You're
it
right.
it be nighttime for us, morning for them. But it's just like, and even when we're in our rooms, to hear people from different parts of the world, like it's like, okay, the United States, okay, cool, we in different states. But when they're in a whole other time zone, I'm just like, this is amazing. Like I'm so happy. But it's just super dope that we can pour it into other people. That, like, truthfully speaking, how would we reach otherwise?
Right.
Right.
I'm
So
not
let
opposed.
people know. Let people know how they can get your book. Say the name of the book again and where people can go ahead and download or purchase a physical copy if you have physical copies.
It's an ebook, and you can go to Gumroad. It's called Your Authentic Glow. So you can go there for that. If you go into my Instagram bio, whether it's my personal, which is Gia Mac underscore Gia underscore Mac 07, or Infinite 7 LLC, the book is actually in the link in the bio. So you can find it in my link tree because it's mad links, but you can find it there. Um, on Clubhouse, I'm Gia Mac 07. You can follow me there. I started a club, Authentic Glow Society,
Yay.
Yay.
and growing. So, no,
So I
excuse
have to
me.
join the club.
Yes, please join the club. I'm also a part of the Hustle Club. We just launched a new club called Ladies Hustle Harder, because we do. Just
Yes.
want y'all to know, ladies definitely hustle harder. There's the Black Entrepreneurship Club, the Vegan Entrepreneur, all about my business, brains, beauty, and business. Like, we are a part of so many things. Color My Epiphany. Like, when I say I got a crew, like I got a whole crew. Women in marketing, women in business. We be shaking and moving because all of us. The one thing that I really appreciate about us, we have giving hearts, and we
Mhm.
just want to pour
That's
into
it.
other people, give people information, help them avoid the pitfalls that we had to go through starting our businesses. So it's just like, all right, well, wherever we got to show up, we show up, and that's what we do.
Yes, and I want to ask again one more time to tell people where to get the book, and there's a reason why I'm doing that, and let them know how much it costs because I want everyone who is watching right now to go get
Mhm.
your book right now. So say it again for those who missed it and is just coming in.
You can go to Gumroad, and the book is called Your Authentic Glow. And if you want to make it easier, go to go to Instagram, go to Infinite 7 LLC. It's at Infinite 7 LLC all together. And the link literally is in the bio, and it says Your Authentic Glow ebook. And you'll be able to download it immediately and get to work, because you're gonna have to do some work now. You're gonna have to do
Now,
some
how
work.
much does this book cost?
The book is $21.99.
All right, and 21.99 is doable for everybody. So everyone get your copy. I am going to get my copy as soon as we get off of this live, or maybe I can do it right now.
Hey, all right, friend.
Yes. So everyone support. Because what I realize is that when we're able to tell our story or share our experience, our knowledge is very valuable, and we shouldn't take it for granted at all. And don't be afraid to promote it at all. Let people know like this is something that you need to have. Tell them the cost because for 21.99 they're getting their what? Their life together for
It's happening.
21.99.
Oh, come on now. Come on
So
now.
it's only $21. If you need to borrow from a friend or a couple of friends, get $5 a piece. Make it happen. Like we really have to support each other because when we pour into someone like Gia Mac who took the time out to write this, to share her knowledge, we want to bless her back and give back to her in that way so that she can continue to thrive and continue to share the knowledge because there's people that charge $10,000. There's people that charge 50, 100,000 just to get access to the same information. So just most definitely everyone that's on there right now, go get the book. All right. I see some people talking about it on Instagram. Yes, I see someone say get your pen and notebook ready because it is an interactive book.
It is.
Awesome.
It is.
And that was from Crystal M. Davis.
Thank you, Crystal.
Yeah, so everyone who is watching, please go get that book right now and support Miss Gia Mac. And say that the name of the book one more time.
Your Authentic Glow.
Your Authentic Glow. So if you want to have your authentic glow, go get that book because honestly, like you said, authenticity is most definitely important in order for you to thrive and be successful. So you want to make sure that you get that, especially if you feel stuck. If you feel stuck in your life, if you feel like you're unsure where you need to go or what you need to do, is most definitely something that's starting within self. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to look in self first. If you always, if anything ever happens, any experience that you have deal with, is most definitely start with self because you only meet yourself. So if you see someone that you may not like or something about them bothers you, you got to look within yourself and say, okay, what part of me is like that? And once you get clear of that, that that thing, that negative or whatever it is to you, it will disappear. It will most definitely disappear, and that's something that you just got to keep putting in practice. Um, so Gia, thank you again for sharing so much. And Chantel, is there anything you want to add or say to Gia before we go?
I just want to thank you for just coming on here and, sharing with us all of the amazing things that you do and how it's just impacting people's lives. Thank you for inspiring those out there that are watching and inspiring us as well, um, and just keep doing what you're doing, keep blazing those trails and being great.
I just want to thank you both for the opportunity because, being able to be on your platform is nothing short of amazing. Thank you for choosing me in this Women's History Month. Like, I'm super excited about that. And
Yay.
it just so happens that this was like the big week. So it was perfect timing. And I'm just very, very grateful for everybody out there that tapped in. Thank you guys for tapping in. Thank you for spending this hour with us. And especially on this Friday night, because it's Friday. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you from my most humble heart. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. And it's about to be myself and Chantel bedtime because it's time for us to go to bed. I know I say this every episode. But
Is
no,
that gonna be our closeout? Like,
I think that is, but our bedtime really
it was
means that
bedtime.
we still have work to do because we don't sleep. Technically, we don't sleep. After this, I have a whole paper that I got to finish for school. So we still hustling, we still grinding. But thank you,
Absolutely.
everyone, for being here with us tonight. And thank you again, Gia. And everyone, for those who are tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow us at the L Spot Online. Follow Chantel at Shannon Shannon. You can personally follow me at Empress Lanice. And of course, follow Gia at Gia_Mac07.
Yeah,
Did I?
but specifically Infinite 7 LLC. Follow me.
Infinite 7 LLC. Yes, because she's like, I don't be on my personal page like that. Be on my business page.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So good night, everyone.
Bye.
And we will see you all next week, Friday at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Peace.
Later.